Hey everybody, how's it going? Um,
Way down here in the hole.
I know that's how I am too, because I'm just like when I'm live, just like I gotta get comfortable, like. But so how you guys been doing today?
Oh, I'm good. I've been running, but I'm here now.
Well, there was Ron. He's been running too.
Hey,
We're
Ron.
just waiting for more people to come in, then we'll start. So, so yeah, no, my day's just been a lazy day. Like normally, I'm just like constantly doing things, and you know, but you know. It's one of those days where I just don't feel like doing nothing. Yeah. It's one of those nerve wracking days where So. What about you, Ron? How's your day?
Ron says, I don't know.
You know, no. They're coming with
He's hiding in the shrooms.
I know, right? So yeah, man. Like I just been, like I just been starting just different things, like with my journey and everything else myself, and trying to get there and everything. It's kind of hard, but try to get my spirits up as well, so I can start. Okay, but yeah, I will get there. Yeah. So I see you changed your name.
Yeah, the Hillbilly Ghostbusters.
Wow. So what made you change that name?
Well, a lot of people have been talking about my accent that I don't have.
Her accent that she don't have. Sure.
And they keep asking Jax how he likes the backwoods now. But and we do a lot of our hunting and stuff like hunting investigations in the remote parts of the woods and this Ozark area. So I thought Ghostbusters, hillbillies, why not? It's catchy.
Yeah, I woke up one morning. I was watching a couple more videos, so I get some pointers and what to ask you and everything. I was just like, wait a minute, am I in the right channel? It's like, geez, like, but then I thought, okay, it's interesting. So I mean, I'll go with it. And then, well, actually, Ron's the one that told me that. He had texted me yesterday or whatever. Yesterday, he goes, "Hey, they changed their channel," and I was just like, "What? No way!" Like,
we posted the change too.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Twitter.
Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Because I mean, there's just a couple people wanted to delete because they didn't know it was us. But
wow.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have put our faces up on the banner.
You have like a little kissy face, you know what I mean? Say, hey, like
like me looking up at the H and you looking up at the S. You're like,
yeah. Little love heart on top of the photo and stuff like that.
We'll work on that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to start off. Now I know that Jax is a empath clairvoyant / clairvoyant, and you're a medium as well. No.
Oh, I'm the medium.
Yeah, as well, and then yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about before, like, how it all started, like before YouTube and stuff like that? Like, can you explain to us some kind of like how your life was starting off as before you knew you were a medium?
Yeah. Well, it started when I was 5, and of course, 5 years old, it's kind of confusing. But I always had an old man that came into my bedroom, and he would stand there, or he would sit on the foot of my bed, and he would, tell me about the farm and how things went on, and I kind of welcomed him until he got to feeling a little strange to me. And I took it to my my mother's attention, which, she believed me, but she didn't believe me. So she was like, I'm gonna sleep in there. I'm gonna find out if, she's lying or not. So yeah, she slept in there and she had the same experience. She didn't see him, but she said it felt like cobwebs went across her face and she could hear an old man coughing. And that was enough for her that she wanted to move out of the house, which we did. But I mean, growing up with that, I mean, I was always the odd kid out. No one wanted to really be friends with the weird kid because I addressed them just like I do now. I talk to them and see them, and you're sitting there with your friends and go, there's a spirit over there. They're all like, yeah, you're weird, but I just embraced it. If I'm going to be the weird kid, I was a weird kid.
But with friends, like, cause I know you probably had some friends in high school and stuff like that. Did they look at you kind of like, or did you used to tell them about your spirits, or?
I kind of did and I didn't. I mean, like I said, I was the weird kid out. I mean, I can't remember, and this is really sad because I may have had one or two friends all through high school, all through grade school.
Yeah.
And I got, friendships, through my brother and stuff like that. We would run around, but I really didn't, associate with anybody.
Not
Just me,
cool.
friends.
That's cool. How about when how about other family members after you told them that you can see spirits? How did they take it?
Well, my grandma took it really well. Of course, she was the one that told my mother whenever I was born, and she seen me to give me my Cherokee name. She said that baby was born with a veil, and that's how I kind of come up with my name too, through the veil at the time. But yeah, my Indian grandma, I mean, she embraced it. Yeah, embraced it. Yeah, she wasn't embarrassed, but yeah, we worked on things and talked about spirits that we seen together, and
wow,
yeah.
Now with spirits, I knew probably when you were a child they came to you in the child form. Maybe I don't know if you remember. I know you. Well, when they got older, let's say you got older and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How does the spirits come to you as? You know what I mean? Like younger forms, older forms, sort of like what kind of clothes did they wear?
They come to me just like people. I mean, pretty much in the time period that they passed away in, the age that they passed away, that's how I see them.
Mm-hmm.
And I really started noticing that whenever I was having the demon experiences in my house as a teenager.
Yeah.
Because I always went across the highway and there was a little patch of woods, and I'd always sit there and, collect my thoughts and just want to be alone. And there was this boy that always came from the nearby house. He got on the school bus with us every day. We'd sit there and we'd chit chat and we'd talk, we'd get rid of each other's problems. And I started noticing, even through after years, we even moved away from that place, that he never changed ages.
Wow.
So I was like, he was a spirit this whole time. I mean, he was going to school with us. He got on the bus with us.
Wow.
So yeah, that was really, really strange. But.
Well, I know you told me they didn't age or anything, but was there? Do you remember any conversations you used to have with these spirits, when you confronted them?
Yeah, the old man is really the only one. I remember an old lady that was we called it the Brown House, which it's tore down now and they put apartments there. Mm-hmm. She used to come and she would knit in our living room, and she would talk about stories of things that she used to do and then whenever she was younger. So yeah, that's all I really remember those.
Did they come in smells? Did they come smiles as well, like face expressions? And could you ever read how they look like? Sadness, happiness, or confusion, or?
Yeah, I see them just like people. So I mean, if they got a frown on their face and they're smiling at the moment, or if they're in tears or they're upset, I just see them as a person. Just like you sitting there. I mean, they're a little more opaque, and I could see through them, so they're spirits. They're not like full-fledged body forms sitting there, but
yeah. I think it's probably. I mean, would you say it'd be pretty hard if like you go to the store, and you see like a deceased person, and I mean, and you say, hey, I need your help. You know what I mean? If it's a dead worker or not, like, I mean, doesn't that impact your life a little bit? Like,
it does and it doesn't. I mean, as I got older, I just embraced it. I know they're going to be there. It's just like, when I went on vacation and there's like 1,200 new people that I don't know that's not supposed to be there. I know they can see me because they clearly, stop and look and, oh, wow, she knows we're here.
wow.
So, yeah, I mean, if you can think about the centuries and how old this world is and how many people I see around that's not supposed to be here, you have to start ignoring some of it. If not, it's just going to overwhelm you.
Wow. Let's talk about feelings like with like sorrow, happiness. Like do they auras? Like, I mean, do you see auras as well?
Oh yeah, they all each have their own aura, and that's what I've talked about, people saying that well, they see dark shadow figures and they're evil. Now sometimes that's just how a spirit perceives itself. I mean, some of them have blue auras, red auras, yellow auras, green. I've seen some pinky blues coming off people before. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they have emotions, and sometimes I feel them a lot more strongly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if a spirit's really trying to come across, and I already see them to begin with, I will get emotionally broke down, like I did out there at that cemetery that we didn't catch. But yeah, I'll start sobbing and, emotional mess. But, and, it's, yeah, they have feelings and they will get mad or they will get angry. And sometimes they're just, happy-go-lucky. We're just here.
What do you think about all this, Jax? Like, you want to put input in it? I mean, because I know your feelings, your senses are more different than Vale's. Like, do you want to explain how you feel about or see or sense things with spirits?
Come here.
I just end up sensing. I more or less sense feelings than anything else. That's what an empath is. So. I can go to a particular location and I can, like, even before I get there, it's almost like anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
but it builds up as, like, sometimes with me, if I'm heading to a location and I think that possibly, I start getting this feeling of, something might possibly happen type of deal.
Yeah. How has it impacted your life growing up as well?
It didn't. That's what's weird. It just all of a sudden in my adult years, say maybe like 5 years ago, it just started.
Oh, wow. Were you interested into the paranormal when you were younger, like as a teenager?
No.
No.
No, but I did like, TV shows. I'm about to show my age. I say that every time. In Search of Leonard Nimoy. They will like investigate. He was the narrator of the show when they will go off and investigate, things like Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster and UFOs and ghosts and that sort of thing. That's what piqued my curiosity.
Okay. So that's something you do when you're not investigating? Are you more like sort of like wanting to know the truth about the UFOs and Bigfoots and all the good stuff like chupacabras and all that stuff?
I have had an interest in everything that you just mentioned. I consider all aspects of the paranormal. Yeah. There are some people out there that think that its own genre, so to speak, but it's all connected. But it is something that I have been highly interested in, and when I first started back in '91 investigating, I was actually investigating UFOs.
Okay.
So, but I do have strong interest in investigating cryptids and UFOs, and believe that Nicole is too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, guarantee if I'm out there in the Shawnee National Forest and I'm investigating, don't think I won't be looking for a Bigfoot too.
Hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't know if they're out there. They are.
I wouldn't. You know, I would be like, no way. You know, I'm gonna stay away from that. You know. Um. Like, what's the first thing you pack when you're gearing up and heading out to an investigation?
Be perfectly honest with you, all of our equipment is packed and ready to go.
Yeah, there's no packing in it.
There's no packing.
We make sure our batteries. We might pull our batteries out before we leave and make sure they're
charged up.
charged.
But other than that, we just put the backpacks on and walk out the door.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, what other protection do you, I know that, you know, I know they people always say that they're more afraid of the people that's outside than the spirits. Like, what do you use for protection for the people from the outside? Because there's a lot of crazy people out there too, you know, that would do anything to attack people. So
I have a hatchet and a pew pew. We can't say the G word.
Yeah. How about you, Jax?
He's with me. So.
I'm with her.
No. How about holy water? Do you guys have any holy water? Just in case there's an entity, like a bad entity?
We do not have holy water, but
the churches are closed right now.
Yeah, the churches are closed. So if anyone has any holy water,
Rev.
But you know, I have a blessed rosary, set of rosary beads, and I also have that necklace that you gave me.
Oh yeah, the tourmaline.
And so, what other do you use?
I have my St. Michael's. I do have protection tattoos. I do have blue tiger's eye that has been blessed, so it's like psychic protection for me. I should have had it on at the prison. I did not. And we now have the blessed rosaries from Destination Afterlife.
There you go. Well, with that, like, let's say you use a rosary, right? And let's say something was attacking you and stuff like that. Do you get sort of like a feeling that, does it, I know it works, but like, do you get a feeling that there's sort of like an energy to that rosary that helps? Like, it's kind of weird. I'm just saying, like, it's sort of like holy water. Do you sense it in your hand that it's going to work against that entity? Have you ever used it?
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing, and I know I'm going to use a bad word here. Jackson's going to look at me. It's kind of like the same thing they use in like exorcism. It's the power of suggestion. Whatever that you feel that holds the power in you against that evil, whether it's a relic of a rosary or it's a rock, it doesn't matter. Whatever you hold true to your religion that's going to protect you, then that is your protection.
Oh, nice. I know a lot of investigators, they use like rosaries and stuff like that. And do you guys carry like a Bible with you guys? I know a lot of investigators are religious, some ain't, you know. I was just wondering, do you guys have a Bible with you sometimes?
Never.
Never?
Mine's in my backpack.
Oh, I guess she does. I guess I'm covered too. No, we're both Catholic, so it's you know, it's what we grew up with. It's what, you know, and she carries the Bible with her. God bless her for that.
Now, well, like, let's say, because I know you guys investigated the Moundsville prison. Okay, going back to, could a place like that record any residual spirits? Like, let's see, it's sort of like question. Like it's sort of like I don't know what sort of like stone was that built on. Like if it was slime or whatever, any kind of stone that records the energy. Can wood do that as well?
Yes.
Oh yeah, most wood exceptionally because it is absorbent. So I mean, limestone is soft too, so it absorbs. But yeah. And with the prison, I think what you were getting at was with the energies.
Yeah.
Iron, they actually thought whenever they make prison bars to withhold the evil energy in people. So, iron bars, you go back to medieval times, and that's pretty much what cells, became made for, so the iron could withhold all that negativeness. So if you have a prison full of iron bars and all that negative energy and stuff that was there, I mean, it's going to be held within there.
Yeah. It's sort of like a evil spirit mimicking a dead individual spirit that left his residual imprinted in the house, right? Sort of like they can mimic their recording. You know how they die and they're recording like what they're doing every single time. Could an evil spirit mimic that to something worse?
I got my thoughts on that, but
it's okay. You can share it. It's fine.
I think evil spirits are a thing of their own. I don't think that they're going to go to petty things of mimicking something else. I mean, they are diabolical enough to create their own havoc. Maybe, to manipulate somebody, but they're not just going to do it, all the time. Maybe that's what I'm trying to get at. I mean, if you get into diabolical, they're not going to act like Joe Smo. They'll just be like, I
know.
Let me get this over with.
That's all good. All good.
But there are reports, though, at the same time, not meaning to contradict you, but there are reports saying that, they mimic, the one thing that they do try to mimic a lot to soften, like, the investigators who are adults are children.
Yeah.
That way, they play on their heart and, and their feelings. Okay, because every adult wants to help a child in distress. So if they're coming across as a child saying, help me, that could be something entirely different.
Again, have you seen any like that at the prison? Like, I mean, I've seen some of your video where you're contacting the spirit and everything else. Like, what kind of spirit have you seen there? Like, have y'all seen any spirits there at the prison?
I ran a couple of guys, they were in their cell, but they were guys in a cell. I don't know if they really realized they were free because I wouldn't want to stay there. But we had conversations, and then they started getting a little ruthless and using some language that,
They asked me if I wanted to go in and wrestle and fight with them. I was like, no.
What?
So I started walking away, and then they started calling me a pussy cat, and okay.
That's actually,
That
would be so wild. Just actually experience that.
I mean, we did take a trip outside.
And seen the guard.
We've seen the guard. Unfortunately, we did not have any equipment with us when we did.
Yeah, that sucked.
But we did see a guard, and first she's like, "There's a guard standing there. It's walking across the field, from left to right."
Yeah.
And she's like, "You can see the flashlight on the back wall. Do you see it?" And I'm like, "No." And then as we got closer to the wall, I started seeing it. It was like, "Oh my God." She goes, "I told you." It's like, yeah. And then I said, "Let's walk over to the guard." So we started walking.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, we're going to stop." I was like, "Why?" And she goes, "The guard just yelled at me to get 10 more feet back." It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get shot at.
So they're basically just like thinking they're, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, they're spirits, but they're thinking they're still protecting the place.
Mm-hmm.
And they're treating you like inmates, basically,
Yeah, I mean, some spirits don't realize they're dead. That's what we don't always say. And I don't say it, when you walk in there, how long you been dead? A lot of them don't know.
Right.
So yeah, they can get upset really easily.
I mean, we even including at the prison, we've been on numerous investigations where they've actually told us to sit down and talk to them.
Wow. That is wild. Did you have any like some weird smells there? Like
Not the prison. I didn't.
What do you guys think about what do you guys think about like mirrors from the other side,
Well, back in the olden days when someone passed, they usually passed at home, and they would cover the mirrors because it was understood that spirit, whoever just passed away, their spirit would go into the mirror and be gone forever. So they would cover the mirror so the spirit wouldn't get trapped in the mirror.
And I still think mirrors are gateways. I keep my mirrors salted. I clean them with salt water.
Wow.
I don't like too many mirrors in the house.
Yes, like, hey, just cover them up. You know what I mean? Like, even though we got to cover them while you're living there, that was better. What do you guys think about haunted dolls?
I have one. Go ahead. You want to go?
Well, I mean, it all depends. I mean, it's, what am I trying to say? I don't know. So I guess if something's really attached to the doll, then yes, that doll could have some energy. But I mean, there was like one time that I saw on a live stream that I got extremely ill when someone had bought a doll at a Goodwill store, and yeah, that wasn't very good. I was starting to feel nauseous and everything else.
I think a lot of people got sick on that live stream. As soon as I seen the doll come out of the box, it just reached up, and I mean whatever was in that thing, seen me. So it just came up and was like directly in my face, and I had to let them know, yeah, you need to do something with that thing.
Wow. Imagine that. I think you guys had a live stream on that one.
That was with Ghost Ops.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then you have like in the hole, you see like little minions or whatever, it's crazy. Like, now when you seen like going back to that, like, what did you? I mean, like, did they try to reach out and communicate? I don't know with the hand and everything, but did they say anything to you?
No, they didn't say anything to me. They was just making everybody really ill. I mean, I seen the thing that was in the doll.
Yeah.
But as far as communication, no.
What did it look like, if you don't mind me asking?
The thing that came out of the doll, it was human goat ram looking thing.
Like a goat man?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It had curly horns on the side. I mean, I had a really good picture of it. I don't know what we did. I destroyed it because I don't want it on my computer.
No, I can't remember it. Anyways, I tried.
Yeah, it was creepy looking.
Wow. Do you know where it came from? If you don't mind me asking, the feeling of it. Do you know where?
They got it at a Goodwill, but I don't.
No, it's talking about the spirit. If you don't mind.
I have no idea.
That's crazy. I would have been like, take it back. Give us $5.
I know they buried it in salt.
That is crazy. Now, let's see. It's just questions from other people. Let's see. One person wants to know: is it okay to restore houses the land is built on with no history found in the structure, and how do you bless the property?
Well,
I mean, as far as if you don't know the history and you're refurbishing the home or whatever, that could spirits can get overactive because they don't like what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. It's best if you can find the history, find it. I mean, if you can't, even though you cannot hear them and see them, try to communicate in a way that maybe if there is someone there, say, I bought your house and I hope you don't mind, but it's kind of fallen in and we're going to fix it so it's okay. And, just have that respect to them so you are acknowledging them.
Mm-hmm.
As far as blessing a house, I've always done it with salt and prayer and a little bit of holy oil on the window sills, and brick dust around my doors.
Okay, there you go. Ron, that's Ron's question right there. What do you guys think about haunted antiques and clocks, or radios and stuff like that? That's Ron's too.
It happens.
Oh, it happens. I try to stay out of any kind of Goodwill store, secondhand store, because whenever I touch things, sometimes I get like these movies or images, and sometimes, residual energy is attached to things and you don't want it in your house. So I personally stay away from it if I can.
What do you guys think about Ouija boards?
I won't touch one. I can't touch one, but I won't touch one.
Bad news.
Okay.
Bad news. I've seen too much. I've done a lot of research, and I've seen a lot of people play with them, and it's always the same thing. There's one particular, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, demon that's attached to it is Zozo, and I'm not playing with that.
Well, your words were choose wisely there. I mean, you play. A lot of people play. They don't realize it's a tool, and it is a serious tool. I mean, if you're going to use a tool, make sure you know how to use it.
Well,
I'm saying though, that's a lot of people think it's a game because it's sold in games aisle in the store, and they think you just pull it out
and that's the part that I don't understand is that why is it on the back wall at Walmart in the toy section?
Because it's made by Parker Brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
And parents are buying this toy for their 5, 6, 7-year-old that have no clue on what they're doing, and unleashing things in their house.
Yeah. Have you experienced it, Trax?
No. Experience what?
Like people getting possessed?
No.
You're not going back to that. Like, I mean, this was from another person too. With a poltergeist, can it manifest anybody, or can it sometimes it manifests sort of like people going through puberty, sort of like at young ages? That's what I was looking up to as well the other day too. Is that real or false, or?
Well, wherever there is chaotic energy to be manifested, that's usually where they occur at. Where there's a lot of fighting in the home, or someone with abilities is going through some chaotic stuff in their life, then they can manifest that energies into something else.
Stressed.
Yeah, stress. Kids going through things. Girls starting on their menstrual cycle. Their emotions are up and down. I mean, it's a manifestation of emotion. Is pretty much in a nutshell. Yeah.
Phil, let's go ahead and talk about going back to you being a medium and everything else. Can you tell us in your own words what is a medium, and how do you help others that come to you for help?
Well, I actually had to learn what mediumship is myself, so I'm not going to play dumb on that one. I've always just done what I've done, but I have looked it up, and a medium is someone that speaks to the spirits, can see the spirits, and can communicate with them fully and clearly. So that's what I do. I mean, I can speak to them whether they're through, video, or they're 100 miles away. I can, connect with them in a way with certain energies. It's better if they're a little closer, in my house or something, or, I'm next to them in a cemetery or church or somewhere. But yeah.
Yeah. let's talk about what are signs that are like some people have lived in past lives. Do you believe in that?
Oh,
Yes.
most definitely.
Yes, actually, when a little backstory on that, why part of the reason why I believe, um, we were looking something. What were we looking up online? Do you remember?
Not
We
offhand.
were on the computer and we were looking something up online, and this woman comes out of nowhere and says to Vale, Captain Joe White or Joseph White. And she goes, Captain Joe White. I'm like, what? She goes, someone just told me Captain Joe White.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, I know what it was. I told her that I was like, the certain sections in time that I've been completely drawn to.
Mm.
Okay, and one of them is the ocean. I've always been drawn to the ocean.
But I didn't know anything about the ocean when I told you that.
Right. And someone came in the room and said, Captain Joe White. And she goes, look up Captain Joe White. So I looked it up. It was a real person. Of course, my name is actually Joe White, if anyone doesn't know already, but that's okay. But what's interesting is that you ever hear the gaslight? What is it? Gaslight murders.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, what?
The gaslight murders in Salem, Mass,
Yeah.
where he was actually stabbed to death.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was probably me.
Yeah, because you even looked like the guy in resemblance.
Hey, Jacob. Wow. Yeah.
I
I haven't
mean,
looked it up, but yeah. Wow, that's pretty wild. Like, what did you feel after she told you that? Like,
I was flabbergasted. I was completely flabbergasted because
wow.
it's like I feel like I'm on an old like clipper ship or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's wow.
It was awesome that you live still within the same area as he did too.
I know that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So what are signs that I lived in the past life?
You would have memories that you shouldn't recollect that you could probably look up in a book. I mean, like you would know clearly as if you had done them, not just something that you remembered reading somewhere. It would be a memory that you clearly had done that you could prove through, literature or photographs or something like that. It was like the little boy that was on the show that was having the dreams and stuff about, being shot in the head. And, he knew that's not his name. He thought his name was something else and he wouldn't accept what his mom was calling him. And, whenever they started looking up the name and found out that there was actually this soldier that was, deceased over in Iraq or somewhere. But yeah, it was, he was having past life experiences.
Wow. Do you believe spirits can enter your dreams to show you sort of like a message from a loved one or a friend?
Oh, most definitely.
Mhm.
You are most vulnerable when you're sleeping. So, yeah, I mean, everything is relaxed. The only thing going is just little flickers of your mind. So, yeah, they can go in there. There's a little bit of energy. It don't take too much for them at that point, and they can just tell you things that you need to know, and you can perceive them in dreams, or sometimes you might even hear voices or something like that.
Yeah. Um, people are asking you stuff, and then I'll go on with another question.
Yes, I know you did PWI.
Okay. I will try to help you. Sure can.
See who else has a question. We're like, did I freak people out when you knew things and told them before they said anything?
Oh, I get that all the time.
Just like,
okay. I don't know. Let's see.
He's Survivor Girl.
Survivor Girl. One on. How can I connect with my spirit guides or whoever, if anyone wants to in the chat? How can they connect with their spirit guides?
Well, you should automatically. You should automatically be connected with your spirit guides. I mean, it's good to keep in contact with them. I mean, you will know they are there by a sense, a feeling. I mean, I know mine are there. I mean, of course, mine are angelic and one that someone gave me that I don't necessarily want, but he does help out. But I mean, they're gifted to you, so it's like keeping a gift in your house. You know, your body is your house, so you know you always know they're there, and they'll be there to help you. So whenever you're having problems, and you just say, you know, my spirit guides, if they haven't already come to you with their name, sometimes they will, and you will know what their name is, just off your tongue for no apparent reason. My spirit guides, I need your help, and they will reach out and help you. That's what they're there for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I know I have a spirit guide, but I would be like, I don't want to be like just laying there talking to myself or whatever, you know what I mean? Because I would be like, hey, this guy's crazy. What's going on with him? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. Hey,
let them think you're crazy.
I'm just saying, like, another one. How do I know if I have mediumship gifts?
Yeah, that's first off, it's going to start off with you hearing, probably voices. I'm trying to go back, me being younger and how I really actually knew. I mean, other than seeing the spirits fully, I mean, you can hear the voices coming from them. And then I think what was a really big one for me is whenever I started hearing, spirits far off, like distant whispers, like you would, you're listening to rain that's coming from outside, that distant sound. And there is just more than one, you start hearing 3 or 4. And whenever you pick up on that one, and like, for instance, my brother was getting ready to come home on a plane from El Paso. And I heard the spirit off in the distance. It said, don't let him go. Don't let him go. And I was like, what the world? Don't let who go? And, I don't know. I'm hearing this stuff and I'm like 13, 14, And I contacted my grandmother. And she said, you know what? I was just praying that he don't get on that plane. So I actually could hear her spirit, even though she is living. I could hear her pleads in her spirit because we were connected in a way. So, yeah, I mean, it's really hard because a lot of it will come across as being, psychic, but there's that little hubbub of a buzz in there that's just a little bit different.
Okay, cool. Nice. Going back to aura. So what's a positive aura? Like, what's a good aura? What's the difference with auras? Like, what type of auras are there?
Well, your positive ones would be yellow. You can think about, sunshine and yellow. Pinks and blues, they're subtle and calm. Red is kind of, I don't take it as a bad one, but I really take it more as a protective, aura in somebody. Not necessarily some black, but a white, that's angelic. That's pretty good. So.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering because just like I see, what's up, Exploring Ginger? I see movies where just like, okay, here's one thing. Okay, I know we talked about this before, but I'm going to ask again. Okay. For everybody watching that, that missed this question. When someone dies, okay, what's their aura when you die?
I guess it would be your aura as a person. I mean, energy has its certain colors. I mean, it's like trying to think the best way to explain this. All right.
That's what I think. Whatever the aura is when you die,
Yeah.
that's the aura. I mean, whatever aura you had during your life is the same aura that you have when you die.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's whatever your energy was. I mean,
cool. Like, I was just wondering because I'm just like, I know everything. Everything is. I know we got energy. I know we got all the other good stuff included with it, light and everything else. But so you're saying when you die, you still have an aura? Because in the movies, it's just like gray and white. You know what I mean? Like, the movies, I'm just like, I don't want to be gray. I don't like gray when I die. Like, I mean, I want to be like sunshine. No, just kidding.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, I want to be perfect.
I would be blinded.
So Tyler,
I see you laughing.
You know, right? There you go. He's the only one that's shining out there in the corner. You know what I mean? Like, let's see. Now let's talk about pets that passed away. Do they have souls and do they have auras?
Oh, most definitely they have souls. I mean, if you can see the little puppy dogs on the kennel commercials and stuff, and just looks like you can see in their eyes they have souls. I mean, I've seen ghost chickens at Bobby Mackey's. I've seen ghost pigs.
We've heard ghost pigs.
Seen a couple of cats. Do I see them often? No, but apparently they do exist. I mean, I would think anything has a soul and a spirit.
Yeah, I felt a ghost cat jump on my lap.
Oh, wow.
In your bed.
In my bed while I'm sleeping. And then she's like, "What's wrong with you?" Because I jumped. I'm like, "This cat just jumped on my lap from the floor." She's like, "Yeah, I'm right. Whatever. I like to sleep."
Oh, God.
5 minutes later, no word of a lie, she's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "What's the matter?" This cat just ran up straight from my feet right up to my neck. Ran up my whole body. I'm like, "I told you."
Yeah.
That is wow. Wow.
I
was freaked out.
The only thing that really freaked me out, because I was halfway kind of awake, but I wasn't. And because I do see the spirit energy, it was like this big glow that was coming up in my face. And that's what startled me. It wasn't so much the running up on me. I was just kind of like, whoa, what?
Yeah, I would have been like, what? You know what I mean? Like, and that could be anything. Like, I mean, I bet you like, I mean, do you see this? Do you see the spirit of the dog? Like, because I know that you see, like a regular human being. You don't know if he's deceased, but do you see the dog like a dog as well, or is that a person that speaks to animals? Just like in the movies, where they have
Dr. Dolittle.
Dr. Dolittle and everything. That guy that speaks to animals and everything, and like, I mean, who knows? I don't even know. What's up, Grant? How's it going?
She saw the ghost chickens at Bobby Mackey's.
Yeah, this who it was. I was thinking, who's the one that's seen that? I forgot. No, okay.
Chickens, and there's like roosting, and I'm like, why are there chickens in here? And I think it was Becky was with me. She goes, "There's not any chickens in here," and I was like, "Okay, we got ghost chickens." I thought they were chickens. I mean, real chickens.
Yeah, for real. Oh my God. Now, when they did it, did they look at you or they just doing their own thing?
I mean, well, they were roosting, but yeah, chickens, how they look at, yeah.
Wow, that is crazy.
It was weird.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, let's see what is let's see if I want to talk to a loved one that's passed on, how do I know she's there or he is there?
Well, sometimes you can ask for a sign. Make it something simple and easy because it does take a lot of energy if they are there and if they want to give you a sign. Um, Move a piece of paper or, um, just brush past me or touch me even. I mean, I don't often welcome, spirits be touching people, but I mean, sometimes if you just ask, sometimes you ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it makes you like. I mean, I know, it's that if you're like walking in front of a spirit, you feel like a static feeling. You know what I mean? Like, is that true?
Repeat that one more time.
Okay. Let's say you're walking in front of a spirit, right? And you
Yeah.
pass one, right?
Mhm.
Like, do you get a static feeling or like a loving feeling or a sad feeling? Or, I mean, what kind of feeling do you get when you pass one by? Like cold feeling or
Well, when a spirit is present, it pulls in the air around it to help manifest it, which in turn makes that air turn colder. But
yeah.
if you actually walk into the space where the spirit is, you would get a tingling sensation like all over your body.
Yeah.
As well as the cold.
Okay. Cool. Well, that would be kind of like crazy because it's like if like I'm walking down the kitchen, I feel that, and I'm just like the whole house is warm, but one little spot,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um. Now, have you guys had a feel? Ever had? You guys both answered, but like sort of like someone passes, right, and let's say you met a new friend, a new loved one, or whatever. Does a spirit? Have you ever felt a spirit feel kind of like jealous or mad, or they're just full of like are their feelings gone?
No, they have feelings. Um, it's just whether or not a normal person can feel those. I mean, sometimes I do know with one case, this lady's husband passed away, and her boyfriend, whenever he would come over, the TV would always kept shutting off and on, or their wedding pictures would fall off
What?
the TV. And that was really him reaching out and saying, "Hey, I don't think so."
Yeah, that would be crazy. You're just like, hey, like
Yeah.
I got a new friend, and it's like, hey, like someone throws something at me or something like that, and I would be like kind of freaked out. But then I would be like, hey, that's a sign, like, you got to stay single, for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? What does my aura tell me about my future?
You point to me. I don't do future. I do past.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, auras. I mean, your aura can. It changes, but it doesn't change. I mean, it all depends on your mood. I mean, it can intermix with different colors. But I don't think it's going to really necessarily tell you that you're going to be evil next Thursday.
Yeah. 3 questions. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay, Jax, your turn. Okay, let's talk about UFOs.
Sure.
Like, what do you think about UFOs? Let's get Vel off the,
I think they're real. I mean, what specifically? What do you want to know?
Like, have you experienced one? Have you seen one?
I have.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it was back in 1991 when I first started investigating. We're at the edge of a cornfield, and we did that purposely because reports suggest that crop circles are put into corn, wheat, or barley.
Mm-hmm.
At least those were the three grains at the time, and so that's we know of this big, huge cornfield, and we stood there, and this big, huge thing that looked like half 3/4 of the time. I can't even say this right. The Millennium Falcon. There, I said it right. Wow! Yay! Come in from the right, turn on a dime, and go right back up where it came, treetop level. And it wasn't even like a quarter of a mile away. It was right there.
Wow.
But it was weird because it had like two red lights blinking on the top and the bottom, and then blue on the top and the bottom on the other side, just flashing. It was weird.
Not people many know that me and my brother almost got picked up by some aliens once, and I'm not joking either, because I was probably 4 or 5. I was big enough to remember about the same time of the spirit thing, but we were in a cornfield, and we were playing hide and seek in the corn back when y'all were kids. And he's 5 years older than me, so if I was 5, he was 10. And I remember the humming and the wind and the lights, and it got really bright. And he grabbed me and threw me in a ditch, and we both laid in the ditch with our heads covered until the humming went away.
Mm-hmm.
That was back in the 70s, but I think they're out there somewhere.
Yeah, I think they're out there. You know what I mean? I think there was a sighting back in 2012 in Minnesota. And there was 4,000 volunteers around the world that went to go look for it. I think I guess there was a jet that seen like what do you call it? Like they thought they seen a plane. I don't know if you've seen it, like in the military, that's seen it, and they were chasing something that was too fast, and that was crazy. I mean, when I seen that on TV, I was just like, what? And it was on YouTube too, like I don't know much about UFOs. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
Well, the thing about those clips, I mean, they're claiming that the Pentagon released those clips and went to actually gave the clips to I know it was Tom DeLonge because he's like big into UFOs now, but it was the Academy of the Stars, or Stars Academy, or something like that. I can't remember which way it went, but they released those videos. My question right off the bat, okay, if they're real, and one of those clips, afterwards, one of the pilots was saying, something, there was hundreds around. Okay, if there was hundreds around, I want to know why you only focused on that one ship. And where's the rest of the video?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You show us a little, barely a 30-second clip. I want to see the whole video.
Yeah.
They'll never release it.
Well, you think about it, the government's always hiding something, like, and it's I mean, it's a mystery, dude. You're not going to see it, and I mean, especially like if you're being kidnapped by an alien, imagine what they'll do. I don't know. So, man,
I don't want to know.
I was going to say something, but ain't no problem. No, just kidding.
But, I've always been the person that I've always believed that. Well, first of all, if you don't believe in alien intelligence and life on other planets, that's, in my opinion, is extremely naive. Because as big as this galaxy, as the universe is, with hundreds and hundreds of billions of galaxies and more worlds than that, and we're the only intelligent life, no. And then this hogwash about us living in the Matrix. No, come on.
Yeah, exactly. They want to make people feel like they're crazy, like they're seeing things. You know what I mean? But imagine the stuff they put in our foods and stuff like that. They want to blame it on that. They want to blame it on the environment. They want to blame it on every little single thing, so they can throw us off the path or what they're up to or what they're doing. You know.
Mm-hmm. You know, and then you got the other, you know, saying that. Then you got the other religious group saying that aliens are nothing but demons. It's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
Have you met a couple?
I mean, you know, the whole flat Earth thing, and just, you know, other conspiracies out there. I mean, I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, but you know, there is one conspiracy that I don't believe what the United States government has told us, is that the JFK assassination.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it went as far, you know, how it went down like they said they did. But as far as aliens and UFOs, I think that they've been here since the beginning of us. I think possibly it's a very highly probable that we came from them.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be from Mars or somewhere else.
So, like, you don't think the government made them? I mean, because they're making this big old plan of taking over the world, like, because they got look at that. What's it called? Section 8. Well, not Section 8. I mean, all right.
Right.
I mean, that base, whatever they got, whatever.
Area 51.
Yeah, Area 51. Sorry, kind of messed up there. Like, my mind went like south a little bit.
You went Section 8.
Yeah, Section. Hey, what's up, Danny? Okay, so now are they hiding something there? Like they moved it quick. I mean, come on, it must have been something that no one can see, that they can move just like a blink of an eye. I mean, there was nothing based there. There's nothing based there. I think it was not visible.
Well, I believe that the whole, like, okay, first of all, the Roswell crash in 1947, it wasn't actually in Roswell. It was in Rachel, New Mexico, is where the two crashes were. Some say that there was a second accident later on that year, or a couple days before or after. I can't remember. But specifically, those two crafts that crashed in supposed Roswell ended up at Area 51. And where they actually had people, God, what the hell is his name? It's right on the tip of my tongue, too. Bob Lazar actually worked on it.
Yeah.
And he claims that he worked on it. And he claims that he came out with a element 115. No, you didn't come up with it. It was already there. It had to do with reverse engineering. And he's getting credited for doing the reverse engineering to help these things, help the United States with the flying process.
Yeah.
I think they got it from the down craft.
Yeah. Hey, professional paranormal research. I mean, I can't really say much on that because I really don't know much about them. All I know is I hear stories that they come from the moon, or they come from Mars, or the Martians.
Well, it's funny too, because back in the day when we first landed on Mars, I think it was like the early 70s, if I'm not mistaken. Richard Nixon was the president at the time, and when the rover landed and started going out and taking pictures, the pictures were blue sky and nothing was red. And then next thing you know, the picture goes off, the picture comes back to show the American public, now everything is red.
Wow.
Now, I showed Nicole not too long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe a video. It's a live stream of the rover on Mars, and it looks just like Arizona.
Wow, that's wild. What do you think? Can I ask you a question? I'm not serious about it. What do you when you're kidnapped? What do you think that happens to you? What do you think they do? I know you heard stories and stuff like that.
For whatever reason, what I've found out through the research that I've done and heard interviews and testimony and people taking, polygraph tests, even though they're not really that accurate, but they can be fooled. It has to do with some type of crossbreeding. It's either that or they're doing, they're curious to see how our bodies work.
Yeah.
But that's again, if you think about it, okay, so if the theory is true and we came from them, would they already know how our bodies work?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm here. Sorry.
So real quick, but what's your next investigation you guys are gonna go to?
Tomorrow.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go out and to the there. I can't remember the name of the cemetery. I think it is on through the Veil. There was a a Skeletor hand that was sticking up out of the ground. I want to see if they actually done what I asked them to do. We're gonna go back and check, make sure it's buried.
Wow, I want to see that.
Did you know that was sticking out like that?
No, I didn't know it was sticking out like that. I mean, they were communicating with me to help them, and I couldn't understand what they wanted help for until I went to review the footage, and I looked down, and there's like brown sticks, and you could tell it was a thumb and 3 fingers, and I'm like, ew.
Did I tell you that, or did you just find it on your own?
I think I found it.
Okay.
Wow.
I showed it to you, but yeah, it was nasty.
Yeah, the whole hand sticking right out of the ground.
What?
Like this. It looked like The Walking Dead, just reaching out of the hand, like I'm not dead yet.
I mean, it was just the bones that were left, and it was like dark browning looking. I mean, it was weathered, and then someone said that they seen that 40 years ago when they were there, and I'm like, but
Exactly. What's the most like where? Okay, hold on. Where is the most famous place you want to investigate? Like, talking about like Hollywood, like you know what I mean, like paranormal hotspots.
I've actually started making a list, but
Well, go ahead with the list. I'm with you no matter what. So
And then after this, we'll bring people up and they can ask you questions and stuff like that. So
I definitely want to see Penhurst. That's on my top list. You want to see Waverly. We both want to see Trans-Allegheny.
Rolling Hills.
Rolling Hills. There's several there in Ohio. The whole penitentiary thing that I was doing at Ohio Reformatory. Yeah, there's a big list.
And that's just this country. That's not saying what's over in Europe.
Yeah. I'd like to see the Parthenon. But
I like to see like that McDonald's that that's been shut down for years. Maybe they got some activity that. Well, no, I think they knocked it down, didn't they? That old McDonald's. That for the very first one that was built in California, I think it was.
I think they took that down.
Because it makes you think, like old buildings like that, like it makes you think, like, because there's so much memories and everything else that people used to be there. Just it's amazing to think about it, Real quick, what do you think about people coming back from the dead?
Such as you're not really dead and you wake up.
So like witchcraft. What do you think about witchcraft?
Nothing wrong with it.
Like, what do you mean by that? Like, I mean,
There's not that's just a religion. There's nothing right. It depends on the person's intent.
Right, but I still don't think you can raise someone from the dead.
No.
Once that energy is gone, it's gone.
No.
That was a question that, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll put a link up if you guys want to join us. As long as you respect the panel, and if not, then there's no on my channel. There's no hatred or anything. Or please respect everybody, and you can just chit chat. You can ask Vale or Jax any questions you guys want. I know they get tired of answer questions already, so
Ask away. I answer anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
What do you think about angels? While we're waiting for people to come up.
Oh yeah, there's definitely angels. I mean, if you have
My daughter's one.
demons, I mean, you have angels.
Do you want to talk? I know. Did you want to share what happened today? I mean, yesterday about your daughter, or last night. If you don't mind, if you don't, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I don't care. I'm some of you may not know that my daughter passed away in early May, and before she came out to visit, she said, "You have some girl sitting like near you." I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, "You have some girl standing near you." Okay. She goes, "Do you have any pictures of your daughter?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I showed her a picture of my daughter. And she goes, "That's her." That's how I knew that my daughter was there. Of course, I can't see her. I can't talk to her. I mean, I try to talk to her, but, and we were having a conversation. It was the second conversation that we had.
Mm-hmm.
She was sitting down next to me on the couch, and what was the conversation?
You were worried about leaving her behind, but
yeah,
she came here.
Yeah, what's funny is that she actually did follow me. She's here, which is kind of cool.
That's good. At least, hey, she's always with you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean that's one thing that she said via communication to Vale, that she's worried about me and she wants to make sure I'm okay. So it's like, she still, is interested in going on investigations with us. And, I do have a bit of concern that if she's not powerful enough, so to speak, that if she gets a hold of something, gets a hold of her that can control spirits or keep them locked down, not allow them to leave, and what's going to happen then. And, and she ended up, I told her to give me a hug the other night, and Bill said she could see her standing up and give me a hug.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel my whole body tingling right where she was.
That's pretty cool. And then you heard her say, "Hey," to you for the
Yeah,
first
I was
time.
making a comment because I've never been able to hear her. I could only hear her through, talk to her through Vale. Vale can hear her perfectly.
yeah.
And I was making a couple of comments, and she said, "Yeah." And when she said that, "Yeah," very distant, and you could barely make it out, but I heard her voice come through and say, "Yeah." I was like, whoa, I just heard that.
I wanted to address talking to angels before she really got upset for that over there. But it's hard for me to read somebody or address somebody full a whole room here. I mean, I could be picking up on anybody.
True.
So, I mean, no disrespect to you or anything like that, but I wouldn't know if I'm pinpointing you or, your neighbor right now. I don't know. I'm better at
one-on-one.
Yeah, one-on-one, I'm not asking you to come to my house. That's just, but yeah, usually, if I'm touching somebody's hands or, I'm physically there with them, or if I have you in a private chat is wonderful, then I can help you out.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about trapped spirits? Like, let's say if someone dies in the house, right? And they have unfinished business, and because I've seen this one movie. I mean, movies are movies. I understand that, but let's say they're trapped, And I've seen this one movie where there was a medium and they're trying to help. They're doing some stuff, whatever, with candles and everything else, and the spirits can see the family doing that, but then they couldn't open that door to leave. Long story short, the husband killed them because he wanted to be with the younger girl or whatever. But could that happen? Like they can't open that door because they're stuck there for a certain reason?
I have Yusuf, and he was kind of stuck here. I mean, and I have had, having, EVP sessions up here, and I start, calling the congregation of, the town. Yeah. But, I've had quite a few that, seem to be lost or stuck, and they don't know where the door is. And sometimes, it's just taking simply a flashlight, that light will point upwards, and just giving them the notion to look up in an empty space. You don't know if you're upside down, sideways, or where you're at. So you're giving them a point of direction by pointing upwards, so they know where to look. And a lot of times, it just takes that moment for them to look and they know where to go. But yeah, sometimes the spirit can be trapped by, unfinished business, or they want to protect somebody, or they're just, like Yusuf, he was scared. He was in slavery for so many years, and he's like, I don't want to go out there. What's out there? And, yeah. Whenever I told him he was free to go and all that was over with, and, skip down the street if you want to, he's now started disappearing from his spot downstairs. And, we found out that, he's going to other family members that live here in town.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he wasn't stuck here. He was stuck here because he did not want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because in his mind, he was still living in the era that he was from.
Yeah.
And afraid that he was going to get caught again. That's why he didn't want to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But like for instance, like my daughter, she's here because she wants to be, and because I want her here.
And she's protecting you.
And she's protecting me.
Yeah. Good thing. Now going back to that, because I know that nothing against you, Jack, or anything, but let's say some people, they can't seem to it's sort of like that's what the question I want to ask. I know that if she wanted to move on, you would let her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, some people don't. Some people want to. That's the question I want to ask. So that's why I want to ask that. But some people don't want to let go of them because it's fear of they're never going to see them again. I'm talking about like the humans,
Mm-hmm.
Now, how can you break that cycle as a medium? How can you break that cycle of letting let the living move on and the dead move on? How can you make that happen as a one, or is there someone else that can help them with the medium?
No, it's more, you take a psychological approach. Yeah, you would need a medium to help the spirit, but really take a psychological, as long as you can, break the connection with the human, the human spirit that, is still here. You're going to have to let them go, because eventually you're going to be gone, and then they're going to be here left confused and wondering where you're at, and you may not even connect up in the same time period. I mean, what if you passed away in 2047, let's just say,
yeah.
And they're stuck in 1985. You can't always be there for them, and you can't protect them, and then eventually they would be almost potentially lost souls, because then they're going to be wandering and looking for you. I mean, so you really discuss with the people, if they are still here. I'll try this. You need to go ahead and let them go, if feasibly possible. Let it go.
Yeah, well, we did try that when it came to my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Vail was explaining to her, the river, and all the souls are in the river, and my daughter's like, I'm not doing that.
But eventually she's going to have to. If not, she's going to be a lost soul, and we don't want that to happen.
Right.
Now, what happens to lost soul? I mean, to be honest, I don't sense them like you do or see them, but what happens to them?
that's the same people that we were just talking about that can't find the light. You know, they're roaming around. You know, it's a dark place. I mean, they eventually fade into this existence. You know, of a darkness, and they're out there. You know, roaming around. You know, completely lost. I mean, that's why they call them lost souls. And it takes a medium or somebody that, you know, to show them where the light is, and you need to go on. You know, everybody's done left you, and you should have done went there to begin with, kind of thing.
Yeah, there you go. What's your question? Do you sense any spirits or see any spirits right now?
Oh yeah.
Did you want to share that?
Well, I have Edward that always hangs out in my dining room. He stands over there in the corner. So yeah, he's always over there.
What does he do to you? Like, is he spirit or happy or happy drug spirit? I mean, no offense, I'm not laughing at the spirits. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's from the 50s, and he likes to startle people for the fun of it. He is kind of a jokester, but then again, he is kind of weirdly protective over me. He does make some lewd comments about my body parts at times, but I ignore him.
Yeah. I had a few words with him myself.
Yeah, he just likes to hang over there.
I made the comment of Vale being with me, and he's like, "You want to bet?" Yeah. Okay.
Wow. So like a standout, hey, you know, I can do whatever I want. You know, you're just like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, so like, yeah. We got 2 questions from White Wolf, real quick. Start with this first. I hear that thump over there. I don't know what it was.
Hard telling. Well, White Wolf, like I said, if I could get you like on a video log or something like that, and we could do a walk around your house or something, and I could pick up on them or even see them, me and them could have a little chit chat. I could tell you who they are, why they're there, etc., etc.
There you go, White Wolf. He goes, Bill. I mean, Jackson's.
I was wondering if I showed you a picture of him. I mean, if you can tell or not.
If it was the same guy in that picture?
Yeah, if you show me a picture, you have the picture I sent you. I mean, I could relate the two and tell you, you know, if you send me a picture, sure.
So how about basements, like haunted basements?
What about?
Let's think about that.
I own one, but I mean, they're no different than any other haunted place. I mean, they're a little more creepier because they're dank and dark, and they're the lowest floor and usually something. But
yeah, but your basement has something else's that no other basement has.
Did you want to talk about that?
Well, I do believe, and I firmly believe, there are 2 crypts down there. I'm still on a toss-up of whether one is a hidden body or not. Yeah.
But it is a child size, though.
Wow. Is every house haunted? I mean, because of course, every house has some leftover energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, do you think every house is haunted? Like,
no.
Okay. Ron says one has Jack's name on it. What?
Yeah, Ron's been trying to get Jack's in my basement to put in the doghouse, I guess.
It's coming.
No, that's pretty cool. I like your basement. It's awesome.
But it depends on what town that you live in, too. Like in this town, there's, correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of Missouri was inhabited by people from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
So the French took over this area.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the architecture, you can tell it does look like some of the houses like from Louisiana. But like for here, like in this town specifically, there's a lot of houses. Like there's a house across the street that's haunted. There's this house that's haunted. There's a house next door that's haunted.
Wow.
You know, so there's numerous places around here that's haunted. And a lot of places are vacant too. So, you know, for us to get in there to investigate, you either have to locate the owner and ask permission, or knock on their door and say, "Hey, can we investigate your house?"
Mm-hmm. And Beauty of Nature, like I said, if you could, you know, talk to me privately where I could see you and, you know, on a video call, then I can help you. I'm not hard to find. You can Twitter me. If you have Twitter, it's through _fail on Twitter. Yeah. Or just message me through the Veil Paranormal Society on Facebook. I take any messages.
How about haunted churches?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of churches haunted. I mean, I find churches to be actually more haunted than cemeteries.
Well, you know what's funny? At Moundsville, we were at a haunted chapel, and I was standing in there up at it's the last video that was dropped. Am I mistaken about that?
Mm-hmm.
I am mistaken about that.
You were there, yeah.
No, I know. Was that the last video that we dropped?
No, the last video we dropped was the glowing tombstone.
Okay,
Yeah.
The second to the last video. I was up by the altar.
Yeah.
And open air, you can hear them say, "Oh, he's worshiping or praying," or something to that effect.
That's creepy. He's praying in the dark or something. Yeah.
That's
Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's up?
So.
Hi.
Oh, I just want to say some praise for Sheila. She hasn't found out about if she has COVID or not, but I hope she doesn't. Just prayers to you, girl. You know, hope you get those good results and let us know what happens. So we'll be praying for you. So.
Prayer, sister person.
Yes, Wolf. That's a good idea. To hold your ground always.
Yeah.
She told me I could, so she gave me permission to do that. So.
Matt is the proud owner of his ghost piglet.
Ghost piglet.
Yes, I am.
What's about that, dude? Come on.
Ghost Piggy. I'm going to call him Wilbur. I'm going to let him haunt a. I actually just I was watching y'all while I was walking around Goodwill, and I was trying to find a pig stuffed animal, and I was like, I found a piglet, and I was like, I wonder if he'll possess a piglet doll.
Have Ron up here.
Maybe.
And I will be.
I don't know.
My spot.
Ron, come on, Pam.
Okay. So
go ahead.
I'm gonna help you with some questions there, Eli, to ask these two.
Yeah.
Well, the one now.
Woo, I get to chill out now.
So Jax, what made you turn from going from cryptid to the paranormal field? What made you take that leap instead of going for cryptids?
It wasn't anything specific. It just, like I said, I've always been interested in all aspects, and that's what eventually we're going to be doing, is investigating everything.
Right.
So it wasn't anything specific that made me want to go from cryptids to ghosts. It's just something that happened.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was thinking maybe an event or something like that made you go more for paranormal or something.
No.
That's cool.
So the
See,
reason
yeah. Go. What? What do you like this?
I was going to say the reason I walked away is because of Ron Weasley. I want to say thank you. Sent us the Matt's Second Star shirts.
Hey!
Wow.
Yay!
So,
Yay!
Ron, come on panel, dude.
thank you, Ron.
I got a shirt.
Wash
Yay.
your hair, whatever you need to do.
I actually thanked Matt for it, and Matt wasn't the one that sent it. But
Yay.
Yay!
Outlaw. Tell me, man. Excellent.
It actually came out really good,
yeah, those are
Yeah.
awesome. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. Not have.
right? Yay!
I was supposed to be sporting it, but I forgot.
That's cool. Thanks, Ron. Ron will be up in a minute, probably.
And now that my sister's back, I can ask her a question for you, Eli.
All right, go ahead.
So, sis,
Mm-hmm.
what made you? We all know that you are amazing at seeing what you see.
Okay.
What made you go deeper into this instead of like pushing it back and trying to hide it, like your gift and everything?
Well, like I said, I had that demon attack whenever I was younger. And I did push it back. You know, it scared me to death. I thought, you know, I'm getting too close to this. And then one day I just thought, you know, I'm not going to be scared anymore. I don't care if anybody thinks I'm the biggest nut on the planet. I'm going to let my freak flag fly.
There
So
you go.
I just decided I'm just going to do me and hope everybody accepts me who I am. I mean, I'm going to, you know, I see some kid running through the store and he's not actually there. I'm going to be, slow down.
Then the old lady getting her Wheaties is like looking at you like, what the hell?
And you know what's really funny too is that
Yeah.
you know she's talking about letting her freak fly. She still hasn't opened up 100% yet.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Wow.
You know, she said the night that we were going to Moundsville Penitentiary,
Mhm.
she said that she was going to open up 100%.
Yeah.
Didn't.
But she didn't, and she got taken over.
Wow.
Oh, what?
You haven't watched any of the videos?
Yeah, the eyes.
I
Yeah.
have not got to see all of them yet. I saw the first one, half of the second one. I've just been so busy.
Yeah.
She was completely taken over, and just like we have proof of it on camera, her eyes went from
Black.
well, were they green at first, or was it?
No, they were a weird brown, and then they went black, green and blue, black.
I'm sorry, sis.
Yeah, I was too. I missed 2 hours of the investigation.
There you go. Man it
Damn
out.
you!
Hey, Ron.
Run!
Hey.
But okay, so is there any words of advice for amateur paranormal hunters, aka like me? Like, how do I not go into an area stupefied because I can't see nothing?
Take a flashlight.
And see, really, that's
No, not that. I'm talking about like
Oh,
things I can't see.
And see, that's really hard because I always see him, so I wouldn't be the right person to tell you. Jax could probably tell you what protects him.
Yeah.
From, you know, wasn't into things. Me, I'm just like, hey, excuse me, you know. I don't know. Be respectful.
Okay. I just came from from a little place. It was it's a Jerusalem Dreams. It was a place that does like hand carved olive wood rosaries and all this stuff and everything. It's all blessed in Jerusalem and sent over here, and they sell it and stuff. And I'm not Catholic, so I don't I don't know anything about the rosaries, but like for some reason, do rosaries call you like because there's a tiger's eye one that like kept telling me to buy it, and I just walked away. Oh no!
What happened?
Your internet.
Hello?
You had a circle of maybe going on the screen.
I was like, what's going on?
Mm.
Okay. You
So
were at
it's
Jerusalem.
I gotta ask you a question after that. That's a good one there.
What was the question?
I don't know. I just heard that Matt was in Jerusalem woodcrafting shop, and that was about it.
Yeah. Okay. They sell handcrafted olive wood rosaries and all types of rosaries and stuff there. And I'm not Catholic, so I don't know like the whole thing about the rosary. But for some reason, do rosaries call you like a specific design or something? Because I saw a tiger's eye rosary that was like telling me to buy it, and I walked away from it.
It's not the rosary itself. It's the crystal that's calling you.
Well, if it's made of wood, then he probably has a spirit guide that's like, you need this.
Yeah.
So you should buy it.
Well, I told him I'd be back tomorrow, and he's like, okay, well, I'll put this up for you. And I was like, okay, I didn't even ask you to do that. So it was like the Harry Potter thing when like you're getting the wand.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It was weird. He's like, okay, I'll just put this up for you and you'll be back. And I was like, okay.
Sure.
It was weird.
Okay, I got a question. It's just like how Matt was saying. Okay, let's say you're gonna go buy, like Matt said, you're gonna go buy something, right? And you had that feeling of just like, I need that, or is it just like one of those shopping needs or whatever? But like, no, I'm serious though. I mean, like, let's say like you need something like healthy or something, and you're like, you gotta get that. That's good for you. But then you don't get it. But deep down, something's telling you to get it. Is that your spirit guide, or is this just maybe, you need that for your health?
I mean, it's like if you walk into
Anything for
Whoa!
like those.
I went sideways. Okay, there we go.
What do you call those stores where you buy all the jewels and the stones and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, the
magical
metaphysical stores.
Yeah. You go in, you see a bowl full of stones, right? Yeah. And you're going through them, and you just know it just comes to you. That's the one.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's just how it is.
So is it your inner self telling you that, or is it your spirit guide?
I say it's your spirit guide. If you're looking at something like, I know you're talking about medicines and stuff like that, but if you're going intentionally to find something for protection or something that you deal with in your faith and craft and stuff like that, and you see maybe a stone that just seems like it's got more personality and you really got to have it more than the other ones, then that is the one for you. Yeah, like Matt said, it's like picking out the Harry Potter wand. They will come.
Yeah. Okay.
It was just strange. It was like, I don't know. Like, my dad was a Baptist preacher and stuff, and to them, a cross is a cross, but like when I went into that place, it was like, yeah, they had all these different kind of like blessed stones and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it was little things like calling out to me like, oh, you need this for some reason. And I'm like, why do I need that? It's a 50-cent rock. Why do I need a rock?
Well, because like it's probably something good for something that you need it for. You know what I mean? Like it could be about health and everything else. And I know Ron sent me a purple rock that's for pain and stuff like that. He sent me that too.
Yeah.
It helped. So.
Crystal, he said.
Crystal. So it really worked. It did, you know. I really I put it by the window, you know, and it, you know, and let the sunlight go through and everything. And today actually felt pretty good, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, so
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just weird because cryptids is not about like spiritual protection or anything. Like it is spirits, you know, like. So I guess I'm just getting back into the groove of all this, and it's better to ask two better knowledgeable people than me going in there just like a kid in a candy store and like like, ooh, pretty rock. Ooh, pretty rock.
Yeah.
Maybe like $80 and you really didn't need it, you know, like
Yeah, and all I got was a bag of rocks.
Yeah, true.
Well, make you a spirit bag. I'm pretty sure you got enough Indian in you to know how to make your spirit bag and put your rocks in there.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
carry them with you.
Trust me, if one of those spirits piss me off, I'll hit them in the head with one of the rocks. I'll be like, Vale said this will come in handy. Whack.
I got a question for each one of y'all. Okay, would you take anything from a haunted location? Like
No.
a souvenir?
No. Hell no. Hell no.
Not even if
No.
it's like a dollar bill you feel like found that's really old, you know? Like,
I mean, even Vail said something to me about one time because down at Anawan Rock, I picked up an acorn off the ground.
Oh yeah.
And it was all attached, you know, the whole top was on it and everything, and it was pristine condition, and I picked it up and pocketed it.
Oh.
And she's like,
Oh no.
What are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, you picked something up here and you pocketed it. I'm like, only an acorn. Thank God there was nothing attached to it.
you never know.
Huh?
So you never know if there was anything attached to it or not.
Oh no, acorns are a sacred food.
Yeah.
Right, but we would have known. Believe me.
Yeah.
And what was gifted?
Oh, I know y'all would have known.
What?
Remember what was gifted to me on the way out?
No, what?
It fell straight out of the sky of a little piece of acorn husk. Remember that?
Oh yeah. See that? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was playing it with it in the car in one of the videos. I think at the Anawan video, I was like, "Oh, this is my little piece of acorn that they gave
So
me."
it didn't mind me taking an acorn, obviously.
Wow.
Giving her a piece of one.
Now the most stupid question: haunted beaches.
What?
Yeah.
The hell's a haunted beach?
Forest.
It happens.
I mean, it's
really beaches.
Yeah. What I was man.
Now I can understand haunted forest, but like a beach.
Have you guys ever been to any of a forest haunted forest? Well, I know Matt has.
Well, yeah.
Well, never mind. I take that back because Normandy. So.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. I mean, could you have someone strolling down the beach and find some rocks and stuff in his pocket full of rocks and then just go out in the middle of the ocean and just like drown?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah.
Whoever has a stomach ache on the panel or over in chat, please go take you some Pepto because I'm hurting.
I'm farting almost, but that's about it.
Eli.
Not me.
Well, see, like, okay. Going on the haunted thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you said if anyone on panel or chat has a stomach aches, go and take care of it right now. I know.
Eli knows about mine.
Yeah, he's having some indigestion. What do we call it? He can't really digest food right now of like stress and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're feeling like that.
I mean, to answer your question even further there, You know, you were just starting to say something, Matt, about different things, and like when President Lincoln died, they put him on a train, and that train was going to go across country. That same train is still seen today.
Oh yeah.
Really?
As a phantom train.
Huh.
So that is 100% possible. Yes, you do see things that, you know.
Yeah. Wait. That train did wreck, didn't it? It derailed or something, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think it did. Okay.
But I mean, the people who claim to see the train, you actually can see President Lincoln's casket inside the train.
Wow.
Really?
So you actually see a whole train, like, I mean.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I understand. I don't know. I haven't witnessed it myself, but that's what I understand.
Well, I can vouch for what you're saying, because I've been to train tunnels that's been out in the middle of nowhere, and these have been abandoned railroad tracks for years.
Mm-hmm.
And walking through the through the old train tunnels, you can still feel the vibrations of the rails, and you can hear a locomotive or something like going by you, even if you're in the middle of the tracks, like it's passing over you or something.
Right.
And yeah, that's weird to me.
And even if like you said, you can hear it and you can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, a lot of people can see the light coming from it too.
Oh yeah.
And then it just like poof, just disappears.
Yeah.
Wow.
If on y'all's haunted road trip, if y'all ever make it to Chattanooga, go to the Chattanooga Choo Choo. There is called the Victorian Caboose there, and some Duchess or whatever was riding that caboose, and an assassination attempt was made to kill her, and her caboose unattached from the rest of the car going up a hill, and it went backwards and rolled off, hit something, rolled off the tracks, and crushed her to death inside of it. And they rebuilt that caboose back to the way it was. And y'all should go see that. They will allow ghost tours there. And
wow.
Yeah, it's scary inside that place. You'll see a woman walking around through the windows. Like, yeah, it's trains are creepy.
I was almost I know.
Could be my,
yeah, they're creepy.
She's in a lot of pain like that too. Like her gallbladder is missing, but her stomach area hurts too as well sometimes. So it could be her too. She's always watching. So.
Well, shit.
Yeah, actually, Nicole owns property in Tennessee.
Nice. Yay. I still have property out in Chattanooga. I just haven't done anything with it. And I have 2 acres in Cherokee, North Carolina, that was gifted to me by my grandparents. So
yeah, that's where mine's at, up at Snowbird.
Oh, that's beautiful area up there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very beautiful area, and very
remote.
mystical. No, like it's got some weird things out there.
No, let's talk about
Some weird stories too.
Let's talk about mystical. Whenever you were telling me the second story about what was that? Fairies. Remember a story about how they could wish you grants. They could wish you wishes.
Yeah, fairy rings.
If you wish someone to come back from the dead, then you
have to repay. Right. You have to repay with something equal or greater value.
Yeah.
Like if you go into if the Fae allow you in the fairy ring to go into their realm, that's a 1 in a million chance on its own. But if you're allowed to go there, they will allow you one wish, but it has to be equal value. So if you wish for somebody that died to come back to life, you have to be very precise in it, and you also have to repay that a life for a life. So,
but you have to be careful. You got to be careful, because if you're going to wish someone dead back in the grave, they're going to have to, come back as they were before they died.
Yeah.
There she was. There she is, right there. She's probably in pain right now too. Half the time she's in pain with her stomach and stuff like that. So I knew she was watching, because that's where you're probably getting the pain from. Is her.
I don't know. It was hurting good and proper there for a minute. It still doesn't move.
Yeah. But so, that's crazy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. I was going to ask Nicole and Jax, like, what is the easiest way to get to understand the paranormal field compared to other fields? Like, what is the bare minimum basic equipment that is needed?
Yourself.
Well, I mean, like the electronic to y'all's batarang belt of gear that
like Ghostbusters, or have the little thing in the back.
I mean, be perfectly honest with you. All you need is a tape recorder, whether those mini tape recorders or a digital recorder, a flashlight, and a camera.
Okay,
that's all you minimum.
Yeah, it's just all these ghost shows and everything. They're all whipping out REM pods and grid lasers, and it's like
all that different equipment helps. I mean, with a REM pod, if a spirit comes in close proximity to it, it goes off.
Right.
So if, let's say, something like a laser grid, you have it shined up in the wall, if the lights black out, and you can prove that it's not you or someone in your crew,
right?
That's paranormal activity.
Yeah. It's just, still to this day, it just amazes me how much the paranormal community, like the paranormal field, has grown and expanded. But like what you said, Jax, earlier, all our fields are connected. They are connected in one way or another. But it seems like ufologists get like the last bits of anything, then cryptids, then but paranormal, y'all are leading the race in like advanced technologies and research, and where like the cryptid field is literally dog eat dog world. If you don't agree with what this person says or this person says, you're banned and humiliated or whatever, you know. But paranormal researchers, y'all all, even though y'all agree to disagree sometimes, at least y'all do it and y'all can shake hands and walk away. Other fields can't do that with each other.
That's why when can I say something real quick? Sorry about that. That's why when I go on the panel and they're talking about different stuff I don't know about, like I don't want to go on that panel because it makes me feel like I'm not part of that. You know, I don't know much about that, and you know, and I know I interview people about a lot of things. You know, soon I'll interview you soon, but that's what I feel like if I'm going into like an RV talk show, you know, on YouTube. Like I won't want to go up there because I don't know much about it. And if I go up there, it's like I never owned one. So why talk about it? And you know what I mean though?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, even if you don't know it, but you want to learn about it, there is no dumb questions, you know?
That's right.
Well, I got a lot of questions.
I learned that from these two people up here. These two people.
It's a question though. I mean, you have to.
Yeah, you can't get an answer if you never ask.
Exactly.
Right.
I know it's a question.
And hell, in this in this community, you're no different than us. We're all, you know, a bunch of whack jobs that's in, you know, rubber rooms.
You know, jacket.
I'm just asking questions.
Right?
What was that, Ron? You told me to say when I went into Hensley's. I said that I'm just an armchair paranormal investigator. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah, that's what I am.
look up research. What is it? I think he said armchair paranormal or something.
Yeah. Armchair research.
I mean,
yeah.
Everybody has their own thing. You know, some people literally cannot get out and go and do this stuff, and they live vicariously through people like Jacksonville. You know, it's fine. I mean, you don't have to have boots on the ground going out and doing this shit yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
See, when I was looking up empaths, I was just like, it gave me a whole list what they're like who they are, and I was like, well, I want Val to tell me, you know, like what she thinks about her own self because she knows herself. Why try to read it, you know? Why not just ask her?
Yeah.
You still want to know what an empath is?
Maybe more.
Do you want to know now?
I don't want to know that again.
No, I know he's.
No. I wish it would come back.
Yeah, Ron is empath, right, Ron? That's
I
what you
used to.
Sorry.
Until I got sick, and then I just don't feel it anymore.
He lost connection.
I lost.
I lost the connection.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how can you, bro? How can Ron bring that connection back?
Well, like he said, whenever he got sick, he lost it. So something within him, whenever he got sick, and I'm not going to just try to spurt this out here. He got angry or something like that. So he lost that connection with whatever connected.
I know I got angry.
Yeah. Well, you lost your sense of empathy, and empathy is a really big thing with empaths, empathy. So you lost your empathy toward a lot of things. So therefore you lost your ability.
Yeah, because
good with
There were
just
certain
seeing
times
shadow
I didn't know
people.
where it was.
I brought up. I don't know if you guys read White Wolf. What he said.
Like for myself and others like me.
Are y'all waiting for me to say something? I'm sorry.
No, she's reading what White Wolf said.
Oh,
Can I bring the past to the future to help out in other ways? Are you one who's like, you know, I know you can ask a spirit that has passed. I mean, as far as a medium, I mean, I could do that. I mean, ask a past spirit to help me out with things, and I have done it. But as far as bringing the past to the future, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, how a normal. I don't know if you have any gifts or abilities there.
What's up, Beauty of Nature?
Hey, beauty.
all I want to know is, Vale, can you teach me how to punch a shadow person?
I don't think that's possible, but
Because that last time I saw the shadow person leaking out from the roof like Nickelodeon slime, like
That's crazy.
I can't. If I can't touch it, and I'm leaving.
Oh, crazy.
I told you they were trying to scare you off because you didn't see the few that were there to begin with, and there was giggles before that Slimer came down, so they were just manifesting enough energy to scare the bejesus out of you.
They were just like, haha, look at this poser.
Hey, howdy, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up,
Hey.
dude?
Internet catch up.
I'm gonna give me that pig though.
Yeah, with the pizza thing right here hanging down. What do you call it? I mean, a scarf looking thing.
It wasn't coming in at all. Hold on. I want to connect. Well, I'm getting put off again. I think.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, her connection just keeps bloop.
Huh?
It's bad.
Uh,
It's always bad.
Hmm.
So, what do you think about haunted schools? Have you ever guys done one?
Not wanting to catch up.
No.
No.
I'll carry on. I'll catch up once I get y'all coming in here.
Okay.
No, I can't say that. I did. I did one haunted school in Colorado, and it was out in like, you come in where all the kids would come in, and the kids would hang up all the coats and everything,
yeah.
and the lights kept blinking on and off for like no reason.
Wow.
Okay. So let me ask y'all something. I know it's probably a stupid question. But do you think children's spirits are more powerful than adult spirits? I mean, in a way.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
You don't think so? Because it just seems like because they have more of an active imagination than I guess adult spirits would. So I don't know. It's going to go back to that, that ooze coming out of the root. It's like, can like adult spirits do that too, or is that just?
Yeah, I mean, if I mean, if they've had enough energy around to manipulate themselves into that
Yeah.
thing or whatever that was scaring you, what they did is they went full shadow form on you is what they did. And they knew they could scare you, and they did a very well job at it.
Well, I'm going to go give them an award. I'm gonna go and throw them, one of those little Dollar Tree ribbons. I'll be like, here you go, you get a whistle. Because I'll tell you one thing,
That's a good question.
that was evil.
Sorry. That's a good question. Like, I want to know is, like, I thought that every child passes on with God, and I mean, why did they stay behind Earthbound?
Well, that's where you start getting into the age of accountability. A lot of your baby spirits, well, their spirits go on.
Yeah.
If we all know that we have some children that are a little smarter than others, and they're more cognitive than other kids, and usually that's the ones that will stay around. Either one, they're scared of the light, or they don't know where to go.
Yeah.
And they just kind of get stuck around. I mean, and then they do look for a person that's, a father figure or a mother figure, or they cling to people very easily.
Yeah.
It's sad.
See, because I've
here.
Yeah, like what you said, like I've been in areas and I felt like the back of my jacket get tugged or something, and then I hear brother, like I am not your brother, like,
Right.
like it's like a little kid, like 5 or 6, it's like it sounded like it, it's not like I see it. It's just like I looked down, like where it got pulled.
Right.
But
Remember, I sure wasn't.
I don't know. I just
Wedgie. Hey, brother.
yeah, right. I guess it said brother because I call everybody else brother or sister. It's like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like, okay, I guess when I ask the question, like, is children's spirits stronger than adult spirits, or easier to be able to manipulate stuff? Because you get this tale of like the black-eyed children and stuff like that. It's like then you get tales of like shadow people, and they look more like adults, but more people are scared of black-eyed children than they are like shadow people, and
Yeah.
I guess that's why I was sorry. I'm not good with words.
I think too, it's the
but when it had it in his name, and if I
What was that?
I think it's beauty of nature.
It's just not no fair. Pay my bill and it still don't let me do shit.
Nature, your camera's on. I mean, your audio's on.
Beauty, your mic is on.
Pause.
At least we know she paid her bill.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but I think with the black-eyed children, I think there it's more of the story that goes along with it. I mean, the story is kind of creepy in itself. I mean,
Yeah.
if they were, black-eyed adult men running around, then I think I'd be worried about them.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm just saying because like, what is that one spirit called? The top hat man or whatever, the smoking man and stuff, the one that's seen all over the world. Like he's a shadow figure, but he's wearing like a fedora and smoking a cigarette, you know, and he like just watches people.
I think you told me about the stars. Can't remember what.
Yeah, it's like he can just pop up anywhere or whatever, but black-eyed children need like permission to enter your house. I think that's what creeps me out. Like I'd rather have a spirit that I can see asking for permission to come in my house so I can kick them in the face and say no.
It's like
or no, I'm going to fill one of those like cat spray bottles with holy water and like that, just spritz them and say, "Get out of here."
It's like, move it, get out of here.
I'm going to do that. I am going to create a paranormal ghost spritzer.
Sure.
Okay.
Just like the cans, little demon cans.
Jack's about to laugh.
Like I got water and hydrogen peroxide that I spray.
I mean, it's not like you can spray Lysol on them and they'll just run away. I mean, I'd be like, no, 6 feet away.
Yeah.
That's just how my eyes look. Like my eyes squint a lot because, like, my room is like really like bright with the light. It's like, yeah.
You look like you're tired. You're like,
nah. That I'm squinting because that's why I need glasses sometimes when I'm in my room because the light's so strong and it's like. So. Ooh, what was that?
chocolate chip cookies I made last night.
Ooh, yum!
Oh my god! Hey, whenever you come down here, I'm gonna get you and Jax a box of the raspberry jelly donuts.
Yes.
Ooh, yum!
I want donuts.
That's what I want, donuts.
Then we're gonna sneak into the governor's palace that's closed down because of COVID.
Nice.
Because I want to go see the gallows.
Mm.
No, I'm sorry, Beauty of Nature. Yeah. No, but my mom told us a tale for us to go to bed about El Viejito de Moral. He used to have a bag on his shoulder, and if you don't behave, you know, like he'll come and put you in your sack and take you away forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I tried to do that with my daughter one night.
Krampus?
In Australia, I had a sack like that, and I had a little straw hat. And she was all like, she got scared, man. She's like, "What the hell?" But she went to bed. But she knew it was me. So.
You're evil.
Yeah,
Sounds like Krampus.
Yeah, it does, right?
There was a my grandmother, my grandmother-in-law, she when I was helping them move and everything, we were it was weird. My grandfather-in-law, because he's showing dementia now and everything, but he came into the spare bedroom that I was breaking down the bed and everything to get it to move, and he stared at the corner of the room for like 5 minutes, and I was like, "Grandpa, what are you staring at?" And he's like, what did he say? He said "Fuego Bruja."
Wow.
And just like stared in that corner for like another 10 or 15 minutes and just kept repeating "Fuego Bruja." And I didn't see anything at all. But it's in San Angelo, and San Angelo does have a place called the Witch Tree, and it's a place that supposedly three little girls that were accused of witchcraft were hung from that tree.
Wow.
And yeah, so I don't know. It creeped me out. Like, I don't.
So what do you think about witches then, Second Star? I mean, do you think that, I know the Salem witch trials, but do you think that, you know, like they're that vicious? Like,
Did she come
so
in?
some people, are you sure it's not?
No, witches are. Witches were an offshoot of the Druids. I mean, they weren't like the stereotypical, like,
Okay,
from my research, witches aren't the stereotypical, like, hocus pocus, big nose, pointy hat, jump on a broomstick and fly off to the mountains. But
okay, PD Nation.
I mean,
Nation.
but it depends on what religion and what culture. I mean, there's the Greek mythology of the three hags that, you know, share one eye. I mean, to see the three blind hags.
Yeah.
I mean, and even they, I mean, if they didn't have their eye, they had no power. So, I don't know. But if you go to Mexico, I mean, Brujas are all over the place, and they're scared of them.
Yeah.
That's a major fear in Mexico is their Bruja.
Yeah. Well, Ron, didn't you have a? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Ron, didn't you have like a phantom smell coming from outside your house? That it's like you couldn't find it. Wasn't it like some cow or something?
Wait, what now?
Never you were telling me a while back that you had a weird smell coming from.
Oh yeah, outside.
Hold on.
Oh, something. I mean, everything okay, guys? Everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ron had a weird smell coming from his house one time that was outside. And can you tell us about that, Ron?
Yeah, it was just a weird smell outside. I didn't know where it came from. I just figured it came from the grain factory down the road.
It could have been.
Could have been him farting, and you don't know.
I didn't have the horses then, so.
I mean, I've smelled stuff in not just in here, but like in other places where I lived, where it's just like I could smell bacon and eggs cooking.
Yeah.
You know, it could be something residual, or it could be, you know, a factory down the street, or the wind could be blowing just right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys are like hearing noises.
I'm hearing noises, and it got like really cold around my feet. I was wondering if my Tom was.
What? Maybe it was the spirit.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and I wouldn't look.
No, I got really hot in here all of a sudden.
Come over here. It's cold.
Yeah.
Or on his hot flashes. And I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Getting old.
Everybody's internets are messing up. There she is.
There she is.
Yeah, I'm surprised
They
I
got
allowed
power
on this
like their
one.
parents. They literally got the power of their parents.
Hey,
But
Beauty.
her case was in case was a little different. He got his strength and kindness from his dad, from his mother, his godly mother.
Man,
It
everybody.
ain't like
You
no
saying
more. That's right, honey. It really ain't. And I ain't even got hotspot
he's
going.
outside. That's why. What's up, Beauty Nature?
Hey, Beauty. Maybe. Oh,
Oh, look at that.
No, she lives in Osage County, and there's where the Indians community used to live at, and there's a lot of haunted like buildings there and everything. Down over that's what she was trying to explain, and that's why she was like, "Oh, why don't you guys come investigate with me over here?" Because they got a lot of like, there's a tall chief mansion that someone died there and everything, and there's like a tree that someone hung. They hung someone from there. And yeah, man, that's what she was trying to explain, but here she is. Hopefully it'll work this time.
I'm back. You ever had that feeling that there's something from talking to somebody and connecting with somebody? Because I have it right now. I've been trying to make contact with Vel for the longest, and I've just not had no luck. Through the Vel Paranormal. She's
Well,
cool.
maybe he'll stay connected.
Oh no, it's gonna blip me again. If it does, I'm not getting back up.
There you go. She put a spell on
I've
it.
rebooting.
All right, White Wolf. Take it later, man.
Is it gonna stay?
You still there? Beauty of Nature?
You know what's that bad is it shows I got 4G and full bars. And it's still playing up with me up here.
It's the spirits. They don't want you to say anything. No.
What you say? Jax had that problem one time. He had like 5 bars and nothing wrong with his phone, and he couldn't even make a call.
Right?
Wow.
Pardon me. Mm-hmm.
Hey. There.
And she blooped.
Yep.
She left again.
Beauty and Nature. We see that you're on Twitter, so
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and try to grab her so she can.
Yeah, she is. How about the catacombs? Do you guys ever want to go over there?
In Paris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to go, even though I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. But
You see all those skeletons and stuff like that's crazy.
Mhm.
there you go.
I don't think I could. Having like a tons of people. No, I was watching this the show on Amazon, and this guy in the car, he's a psychic, and people come in his car, and he's all like explaining to the spirits that, you know, hey, your family passed on and stuff like that. And okay, I got this. Okay, how about a funeral home?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been there? What's it like?
What's it like?
Yeah.
Miss Nicole lives in one.
Actually, yeah. What about them?
Oh,
But as far as, regular funeral homes, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, they're the most haunted places. But really, I don't find that to be true. I mean, I've been to, sadly, hundreds of funerals. And I think I've only seen 2 spirits that like stayed around to see the family.
yeah.
And then I don't know, they go and find where they want to be. So yeah, funeral homes don't seem to be that haunted.
Wow.
Yeah, mine is because it's a home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, in theory, one would think that, funeral homes would be super haunted because you get so many dead people going through there that it's.
Mm-hmm. I'm here.
She's just trying to get in touch with
Beauty in nature.
Beauty in nature.
Yeah. She has a lot of spirits around her community, like because of the Osage community, like massacre murders. Like that happened a long time ago, and it's very.
You want your electric blanket again?
There goes Boomer.
Boomer. Puppy dog.
Boomer.
Bossy.
There you go. He's cool.
He's got his own electric blanket. He doesn't share.
Yeah.
I mean, with all these other like super, celebrity haunts, whatever you want to call them, the super famous haunts, I get more data collected of locations that are haunted that are private residences more than them.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Moundsville kind of snuck up on us because we even said, on the outro that, like all famous haunts, yeah, it was over exaggerated, but we didn't know what all was going on. It was like all behind the scenes psychologically messed with all of us.
Yeah.
Our footage was gone. Whatever was going on with me, I don't know, but
yeah, like your eyes changing and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then a lot of investigators, they lost hours. I mean, it's like Destination Afterlife with Ripley. She thought she was down there for like 15, 20 minutes in the sugar shack, and they were down there for what, almost 2 hours?
Yeah, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
And people started losing footage. I mean, I think there's not one group that hasn't lost either, a lot of good footage. I know we lost, I lost every bit of mine almost, except for the first part.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the backup camera, we wouldn't have anything.
Hensley lost footage. Destination Afterlife lost footage. Paranormal Patrick, I think, lost footage, and so did Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And the boots ended up getting scratched.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I think, okay, let me ask you a question on that one. Okay, let's say you're going to the location, right? Like, do you sense that they know you're coming?
I think some of them do, yeah.
But do you sense it though a little bit, like that they know, or it's just? Well, I know it's different for everybody. I know, but
yeah.
I tend to think that they know that every time that they know that we're coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I always see these medium shows and everything, and then they're like, "Oh, I can sense that they know when I'm coming. I sense them and everything else." And I was like, "Okay, like everybody's different." But what's the difference between I was just reading this earlier. A healing medium.
I mean, yeah, I was trying to get there. A healing medium, they can use those energies within a person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think anybody I mean, if you have a medium, I mean, I think if they really work on it, they could do it. But what they're using is the energies in somebody to heal certain areas. They could put their energies into them as well, to heal people.
Yeah.
I've not personally tried that. Well, I haven't. I've done the whole hand warming thing and calmed somebody, but I've not healed somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to raise Lazarus from the grave or anything.
Not saying that you couldn't do it.
Right. But I haven't tried.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. it's more of a, you know, like, I mean, a lot of people, they instead of, I don't know, like a lot of people always, you know, want to be like healed right away. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
you know, and or they go to psychics, they go to mediums. It's okay, you know, understand that, you know. And I mean, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Like I never done it before. I honestly, like with card readings, I kind of get freaked out with that. You know? I mean,
Yeah, I used to read cards, and I had a doubling in my deck,
yeah,
and someone who, you know, reads cards and stuff like that, they told me I had to separate my deck
yeah.
and you know, bury them, and I haven't picked up another deck since then.
Wow. Yeah, that is wild. Yeah, because I know shit like Shadows the Moon. She does it, and there's times where it's just like I don't want to know the future. I mean, I rather just, you know, just live my life like normal. But I want to know if there's any like spirits around. That's what I worry about going to a location. Some locations that that spirits will follow you. You know, that's what I worry about.
It's I tend to think that it's more family members that end up following you.
Yeah,
They just want to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah.
yeah. I think so too. I mean, I'm not.
I mean, I've seen, you know, like for instance, like there was this angry spirit here in this very house one time, and Bill was saying that I just simply moved. I was told, you know, to move the dresser from in front of the closet door,
Mm-hmm.
and she did it, and it just everything calmed right down.
Wow.
Because where the kitchen was, that was actually part of
Porch.
the old porch that was originally, you know, the design of the house. And
Mhm.
where the dining room is, where we're sitting now, this was the kitchen.
Wow.
So they had a doorway where the stove is. All they did was put up some, what is it?
Sheetrock.
What?
Sheetrock.
Sheetrock. Thank you. Sheetrock up and covered the hole to cover the doorway up.
Yeah.
So they turned it on the inside, on where the bedroom is, into a closet. But Mrs. Shooker, the owner of this house, who's, you know, the house is named after,
Mhm.
used that doorway to go back and forth from her bedroom out to the porch.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah, so I see her pass through there every once in a while.
No, what do you think that is? That like residual, or you think that more like her spirit there, like looking after the place?
Oh, she's a spirit. She thinks I'm the ghost.
What?
She doesn't know that she's passed, so she sees Nicole as the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
What did she tell you?
You're the ghost.
Whoa, what? So you even have you ever told her she's passed away?
No, I will never do that.
Wow. So she's basically living in her time,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. See, I mean, like that, I would like to do stuff like that, but I think that I would want to like shut it off sometimes. Like I think that's impossible. That's like impossible to do. Like
I guess you call it shutting it off, but yeah, I tend to ignore 85% of it. Most of it I can't because, you know, I find it funny how I see somebody dressed or something, you know, back in the time, or something funny they say in a store or something, and, you know, I have to laugh and people think I'm laughing to myself. But sometimes you just can't ignore them, or, you know, a child run by me or something. instant instinct is to, look down and over, you watch where they're going.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, a lot of people, they confuse, like, I know, like, there's mental health and everything else, and they're confused with that, with, what they can tell, can't they? Like, with other people, if they're psychic or not, or whatever, like doctors and stuff like that, or can they confuse that with, you know how doctors are. They're all about science,
Mm-hmm. I think most of them will chalk it up to mental illness, unless you get a doctor that's really open to those kind of things and they believe in like mediumship and spirits and stuff like that. Then they might be okay. But if you might get somebody else that just like, you're crazy, here's your script.
Yeah. Why even go to them? Just
Mm-hmm.
it's a gift from God. You know what I mean? Like, help people out. And you know what? Like, it's more about like they're actually proving themselves. Like, let's say if a person's barely getting into being a medium, they can actually try it out and say, okay, I'm going to go to this person to find out if they're really missing, or whatever. Have an answer for their loved one. You know what I mean? Like, then you could find out that way. But yeah,
most definitely.
Ron, why are you quiet, dude?
He's in his own zone over there.
Yeah.
It's getting late for him.
He's like, I feel like sleep.
He's like,
No, not sleep, pain.
oh, pain? No, I'm sorry, man. You suffered through pain. That sucks.
I could sit too long.
Yeah, I know. I was lazy myself today. I'm not gonna lie. No, but I moved around though. It does hurt when you don't move around. I live with my ancestors in my house. My land has been in my family.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. Now with that, what do you think about this? So, there has to be some kind of activity there, And if it's hundreds of years, could there be positive energy instead of negative? Like sort of like a what do you call it? A residual, positive residual, like them staying behind, but they're not negative. Is that possible?
Residual is just a recording.
Yeah.
You don't get no positive or negative. Out of that. It's just like, on a tape deck. You hit record and that's what you get.
I think that's pretty cool. I would like to see something like that, like someone like doing that. This like they're gonna put away their plate, but they keep on doing it every single minute, and I'm just like, wow. I would hate to live my existence like that.
Well, you're
You
not
wouldn't
living.
even know.
No,
You don't even know.
So it's not a punishment or anything for what you did or life.
It's a recording of something that you've done.
That's crazy.
A lot of times, if something, let's say a murder or something like that happened, all right, your energy at that moment, that burst of everything that's going on
It's so high.
is so high that it imprints itself in that area. So it's not necessarily the person that's left behind. It's that bit of energy.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I just wanted to know that because I'm just like, because okay, like what my question was is like, it's residual, right? Like, can't they just? I know they can't help it, but can it just be like, whoa, like I'm gonna snap out of this, or like no. So
it's never a thing. See, he's still. It seems to me, in my mind, he's thinking of it still as a person. Residual is not that. It's a recording.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
How about this? Okay, it's like I was watching this one show where this girl dies and she's being punished by, it's stupid, but about she's in the store and she's with the shoppers that are like tormenting her while she's dead. you know, and she's replaying that moment, something like that, or it's just that movie. I don't know. So.
That went.
That sounds just like a
I can't remember what movie it was. It was a TV show. So.
Yes, Cooper. It's just stuck energy. It's yeah.
Stuck energy. What do you?
It's kind of like a fingerprint, you know. You press your finger down on something, and your fingerprint gets left behind. It don't mean that your finger is still on the table. It's just your fingerprints there.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Ron, what's up, dude? he's just sitting there like, and
I hurt. Leave me alone.
He's like, leave me alone. I'm gonna go to sleep in a minute.
Beauty by Nature. Please check your email.
Yeah, check your email.
Ready.
You might be telling me to check mine.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys coming and stuff like, and
All right, what do you want to know, Eli?
Okay, I was just saying that to see what Ron would say. Ron knows, you know what, Ron? I think that you know a lot more than you're saying.
Yeah, why?
Of course he does.
He does. He's probably seeing spirits right now. He's just not saying it.
It's the silent ones that you have to watch out for.
Exactly.
Huh?
Silent ones.
I didn't hear that part.
His hearing is gone.
It's not gone. It's called, I got to get to the doctors to figure out why the fluid keeps moving around.
Yeah. Exactly. Gonna have to.
I'm trying.
So? He's trying. Well, guys, I'm gonna go to end this, guys. Just tired of sitting in this chair and everything. I want to get moving. But thank you guys for coming, and I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me interview you guys. You know.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. You know, and I know you guys are getting tired too. You know.
Sorry.
What? What was that, Ron?
Willie just threw the ball up on the keyboards.
Ron. Finally, he talks after.
All right.
No, Eli, you know, I shut down. I don't know why.
Did you want to talk about your channel before we go?
Me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, this is our combined channel, Hillbilly Ghostbusters. Stay tuned, and you know we have more adventures coming up. And if anyone wants us to check out a certain location, just let us know, and we'll try our best to get there.
And I still have Through the Veil. I'm gonna slowly change that over to kind of like a mediumship channel. You know, working on abilities, showing you what abilities I have and what we do, but all of our paranormal adventures will be over on the Hillbilly Ghostbusters.
And with my channel, Paranormal Underworld, I'm still considering having that as a podcast, doing interviews and just talking about different things in the paranormal world.
Nice. I got guys. I got all the links at the bottom of the description. If you guys wanna go there, and I don't know who's live. We can raid them if you want, but if not, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Who's live right now? You know who's live?
Fluffy.
Huh?
Fluffy.
Oh, Fluffy's live. Wow. You know his link right now?
I know he was going to see Omar.
POE?
I have seen he was live.
POE's live? Or the Fluffy's live?
Fluffy's live, and Fluffy is also in Florida. He left today.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's going to investigate or be with Omar, I said.
Oh, I thought he went to go see his mom.
South Cacks are live.
What
Fluffy's
is South
not live anymore. South Cacks are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Mommy Kitten.
Okay. We'll do South Cax. If you don't mind getting the link, if you don't mind. And we'll throw that. If anyone wants to go over there, that's cool. Ronnie, if you have any last words, say to everybody.
Just smile. It confuses people.
Here is South Cacks. There we go. There's where that. That'll take you right to the room.
Right. We'll give it a couple minutes and then everybody can head over there. So, guys, thank you for coming and thank you for believing in our journey, you know, where we're going to go next in life. And remember, guys, life changes very quickly in a positive way if you let it. Stay positive and God bless you and have a good night. I'll see you on Saturday.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.